Dane Swan's path was anything but smooth sailing. Perhaps it was due to his laid-back nature or his upbringing in a low socio-economic area. Who really knows? It could have been a number of things. When you're a younger, less travelled kid, touted as someone who could play footy for a living, the world feels unpredictable. Besides, it wasn't even a dream of Swannies to play AFL at age 17.
Barham has kicked two. Calder go forward, and there's a mark. It's a mark taken for Calder, and it may be Dane Swan, is it?
It certainly is.
Dane played his junior footy at TAC Cup level for the Calder Cannons, where even there he wasn't a walk-up start in the early half of the season. Why? Coach Robert Hyde highlighted that Dane lacked discipline on and off the field. Despite the early struggles, Swanee found himself forever etched in Calder Cannons history. He played alongside the likes of James Kelly, Andrew Wells, David Roden and Brent Riley, winning a flag. His direct opponent in the grand final against Bendigo, Nicky Dowell, maybe not the last time they'd meet in an Aussie rules decider. Back in 2001, players could nominate for the draft as a bottom ager. While Swanee was reluctant to nominate 17, he locked himself in and was drafted by Collingwood with pick 58. Where was he when this name was called out? Schoolies. Did he leave after being drafted? Of course not. Swan did what Swan does best. Party hard, then work hard as well.
Dane Swan comes in for his first game today, Billy's son, so hopefully there's another one there in the taking for the future.
Yes, and young Dane Swan there, of course, the son of Billy Swan, a legend in the old VFA, kicked the winning goal for the Seagulls in 1990.
Swanee was then made to hone his craft and maturity at VFL level for Collingwood's former affiliate, Williamstown. He made an instant impact in his first game, kicking 3 goals and collecting 7 touches against Essendon. He went on to play the rest of the season, missing only 3 games due to a broken hand.
Big chance from Swan, and Swan gets the goal, Dane Swan.
Most of us remember Swanee as an accumulator who always knew where the goals were, but early in his career, he was playing as a running halfback flanker. That's where he found himself in 2003, playing 3 games at AFL level.
Okay, Swan. Sharp angle as you can see. Seems intent on going for it. Stepped inside the 50. Good looking effort. What a start! The impossible goal. That's such an eye.
Ironically, Swanee helped the Seagulls win their first premiership since his old man Billy did in 1990 off his own boot late in the game.
After Bill Swan, who's not such a long kick, in his 7th grand final.
Really hard to imagine that it's all happened. The Springboks seem to have the game won. What a kick. What a kick for Bill Swan.
What a hit! Anderson knocks on. The experienced players coming in.
Then came arguably the biggest moment of his entire footy career. Just 1 year into AFL life, just before Christmas, Swanee ran into trouble in Federation Square with 5 bouncers. He was on the precipice of being sacked due to off-field incidents and poor on-field output. Several mentors fought for him during this period, which Swan later said changed the trajectory of his life. The incident cost him $250,000 in a drawn-out court case lasting 8 years.
Yeah, so I was like, right, well, I've wasted my life. My first 18 months, I don't know what I'm going to do here. So obviously they all told me what they thought of me, and there wasn't too many positive affirmations coming back my way, Tommy. So then it got to Mick, and he sort of said, mate, we're not going to ruin your career on one fuck up now. Prove to me that you belong here. Now, now start repaying some of the faith that I'm showing you, blah, blah, blah. Now, this is your last chance, so knuckle down and show us what you can do. Now, you obviously lied to me that day. You know, you told me it was my last chance, and it wasn't. I just got a fair bit better.
In round 3, 2004, Swan made his first real impression in the senior team, picking up 16 touches and kicking 2 goals. While the Lions were too strong in those years, it was the genesis of something special for the man wearing 36. Swanee played most of the year across halfback and occasionally in the midfield. Swanee missed the early part of 2005 due to an ankle injury and had to re-earn his spot through the VFL. In round 8, he returned against Richmond, and Swan did not miss a game after that, with his highlight coming against Sydney where he collected 29 touches, a career high at the time. Another unexpected highlight came in round 20 when Collingwood lost to Carlton, but the loss locked in the compensation pick that landed Scott Pendlebury at pick 5, along with Daisy Thomas with the Pies' second pick. At the start of 2006, almost nobody at Collingwood believed Dane Swan had a future. In January, he fronted court over the long-running Federation Square brawl from 2003, where he and two mates were involved in a fight with security guards. Swan pleaded guilty and was handed 100 hours of community service. When the season began, something clicked. Swanee was forced his way into the side and quietly pieced together the first genuinely consistent year of his career. Round 8 against Geelong was the breakout.
Didak. Handball finds Johnson. Quick hands over to Swan, who's got a couple. Puts the foot on the gas, runs to 40, and Swan has drilled it. Beautifully done. 3 goals.
2007 presented a huge opportunity, with Nathan Buckley and Paul Licuria missing large chunks of footy and ultimately retiring that year. Swanee grabbed the extra midfield time and built on his 2006 form. Collingwood reached another final series and faced the Eagles in a blockbuster semi-final in Perth. In an unforgettable performance, Swanee recorded 38 touches, 2 goals, 11 tackles, which was a career high, helping the boys dig deep all the way into extra time to get the win.
Well, this will be the icing on a black and white cake. Collingwood are through. Well, it took a while, but the Cats will play the Magpies.
The following week, the Pies fell agonisingly short against Geelong and a little master, sparking a rivalry that continued for years.
Gets through, he can do plenty. Hooks it back. How about that? Cometh the moment, cometh the man, the son of the man.
In 2008, Swanee established himself as a mainstay of the Collingwood engine room and a household name. He developed a knack for producing huge performances in big games. In the elimination final against Adelaide at Amy Stadium, the Pies were down 4 goals before half-time and looked all but gone, until Swanee sparked a smash-and-grab resurgence with multiple goals.
Kick towards half-forward, Swan going back, good hard running by Dane Swan. He's been a star all year, and he pops it through, so Collingwood get one back.
And with some authority, puts it forward. Cloak couldn't get there. Medhurst shows them how to do it. And Dane Swan to do the rest. Dug deep. That is a superb goal from the Magpies.
The next week, in his 100th game against St Kilda, he picked up 23 touches and a goal.
St Kilda win by 34 points. Robert Harvey will go one more round at least. They're into the last 4.
Despite low Brownlow votes, he won his first Copeland Trophy and the Bob Rose Award for Best Finals Player. Swanee entered 2009 with a fresh tattoo sleeve. Some say his official Rat Pack initiation. Tattoos or not, his football did the talking. None more than round 10 against Port Adelaide, 48 touches and a goal. Once again in 2009, the Pies found themselves in a semi-final against Adelaide. This time at the MCG, down by 32 points nearing half-time, the script felt familiar, until Swanee and John Anthony led a stunning comeback.
Hope in his heart, dreams in his head. Jack Anthony, he's done it!
But again, the Pies fell to Geelong in the preliminary final, but it remained another vital year of development towards the ultimate prize. Swan received his first All-Australian nod, while young guns, Sidebottom and Beams impressed. 2010 and Dane Swan became best mates. Swanee was undeniable all year long. The Pies surged into the finals, starting with a qualifying final against the Bulldogs, a team Swan had torched all season. His 39 touches and 3 goals helped set the tone for September. Against Geelong, in the prelim, he was equally as dominant.
Brilliant stuff. Here pass from Blair McCapper. Swan stops. Goal! Pass to Pendlebury. On the left foot, 1 or 2. The cure. That was actually a conga line. Inside the forward 50. The goal line. Swan puts it through.
Can somebody get a clear ball here and kick it along and hard? Goddard, the tap. Del Santo. It's going to be a draw. It's unbelievable. But it's happened.
Never seen 44 guys go to wall like we just did then. That was amazing. And it's probably going to take this for the AFL to change the rules because it's an absolute joke. There's no way it should be decided after another game. Guys come here for a win or a loss, and that's what we should be leaving with. So we'll look forward to next week, mate, and use the hurt we're feeling now, let the league go, and we'll come back next week.
What are you going to say to the boys when you get into the rooms?
Although he had quite a first grand final due to Farron Ray, Swan came back strong in the replay and delivered when it mattered most. His 11 tackles, a career high, symbolised the team's hunger as Collingwood lifted the Premiership Cup for the first time since 1990.
Swan waiting, Wellingham from the side. Swan's going to kick a goal. They're home, you would think. I know it's a long way to go, but they're killing them now.
Swanee's honours that year, you ask? Players MVP, Coaches Champion Award, All-Australian, a 3rd straight Copeland Trophy, and his 2nd Bob Rose Medal. Swan was one of the biggest favourites ever leading into the 2010 Brownlow count, but was surprisingly edged out by Chris Judd. Maybe it was the hair of Chris Judd that caught the umpire's attention.
S. Thompson, 2 votes. Collingwood. S. Pendlebury, 3 votes. Chris Judd is going to win the Brownlow Medal.
2011 introduced a new anxiety for Collingwood supporters as GWS circled Swanee aggressively, but he ended speculation early, signing a 3-year deal, keeping him to the club until 2014. Swanee flew through 2011 until a quad injury forced an unconventional solution, a high-altitude training camp with McCaffer, Jolly and Brown. It cost him games and a potential Brownlow, but the return was electric, averaging 36 touches in his first 6 games back. His 45 disposal performance against Essendon was one for the ages.
Having some sort of game deep in defence, the West Coast captain. Great to see him injury-free this season. Waters, they've made a mistake here. That's a shocking blooper. Swan waltzes into goal.
Players think their way through the pressure in those forward surges.
Third up, Lewis.
Lewis, and here is Swan, deep in the pocket. He's kicked the goal.
Been good.
Hodge at one end, Swan at the other. It's the best match of 2011 so far, and Collingwood win.
He was finally recognised by the umpires, winning the Brownlow Medal with a record 34 votes.
I declare the winner of the 2011 Brownlow Medal, Dane Swan from the Collingwood Football Club.
A bit busier for you, I think, Dane.
Yeah, no doubt, mate. Certainly didn't come with any intentions of winning, but somehow managed to pull it off, and now I suppose I'll be a bit busy tonight and tomorrow morning, but hopefully that doesn't take the focus off Saturday Arvo.
Now Shaw drives it as long as he possibly can. There it is! Beyond a shadow of a doubt, the Cats proved themselves as one of the greatest teams of the modern era. Premierships 07, 09 and now 2011. 3 and 5 years. A triple treat for a sensational football side.
In 2012, Swan was at his untouchable best, starting with one of Dane Swan's most documented moments in his career, Anzac Day. Journos had claimed that Dane Swan had put on too much weight in the off-season and was not fit to perform.
And they still called you fat in there all the time.
Oh, no, Mark Robinson, can you believe that?
Coming from him.
It's a pot calling the kettle black, isn't it? Yeah, and then he called me on the radio, and I was actually dead set eating a box of KFC when it happened. So I was like, fuck, well, you know, maybe he's got a point. I was hungover, and like KFC was making me feel better. But and then someone wrote it on the back page of the paper. I did, and then I had my hips loosened up, so.
What, was that just in off-season?
I was just an excuse so I didn't have to run. So,
you mean like
you
weren't tuning?
Yeah, no, I was actually a bit of that.
Physically?
Yeah, bit of both. Bit of both.
Colour me.
So I could only walk for 8 weeks, and then first day back at training, they made me run, and I was absolutely knackered and sat down without my top off, and it was an unflattering photo, and the headline on the back page was Fat Chance. So.
Really? Oh, so that's how you gonna play it. You gonna do this? Okay, fine. That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
Doors in front, slaps it down. Hard in hand, dragged down. Did he get boot to ball? Swan's got it in the pocket, steps and kicks the goal. How about that?
Bill Chambers with a tap. Swan running through and kicks his third.
The Anzac Day medal is Dane Swan at the Collingwood Football Club.
Round 17 against Hawthorn delivered one of the modern era's great individual performances, 49 disposals and 2 goals. A week later, he kicked a career-high 5 goals against GWS.
Swan pushes off a Ward. Front on, advantage paid. Swan to kick his second, and the Army are getting a bit louder.
While the Pies were seemingly sliding away in 2012, Dane Swan did not falter with those 2 massive back-to-back performances, hopefully indicating that he would once again secure the Brownlow for a second year running. The only person that could stop him from winning the Brownlow in 2012? Dane Swan himself.
The big story tonight, obviously, is Dane Swan and his suspension from Collingwood for 2 matches, getting so close to the finals. The Magpies have issued a statement that Dane Swan will miss the next 2 matches. The decision was made after the club became aware that Swan had been drinking alcohol 6 days before next Saturday's match against the Sydney Swans. A clear breach of club protocol. The suspension followed discussions between a number of parties, including the leadership.
So can Elliott find a target? Malcheski couldn't quite, and Swan takes a mark. You can see the clock. This would make a difference. 2 goals in the last minute. It's a good kick. It's going all the way, and Swan has kicked the goal.
Hey, Dane Swan, caught up with him during the week. He opened up about the problems that he'd been through this year and basically said that the suspension that was given to him by the club had positively changed his life.
I certainly didn't want to be suspended, but you know I deserved to be suspended. Whether I was the 45th player on the list or the first player on the list, you know I deserved to be suspended. I'm completely fine with what happened. I'm not bitter at anyone. I'm certainly accepting of the penalty, and I deserved this. So I certainly copped a sweet at hit home and realised that the game I love gets taken away from me. I want to make sure that doesn't happen again. So I think I've done everything right to this point. I know it's only been a few weeks, but I think there's been a little bit of a change in me, and I suppose that's something you'd have to ask the coaches more of. But I certainly think I have.
Dane Swan there on the suspension. On the speculation that he's is regularly around about his relationship, his poor relationship in that speculation form with Nathan Buckley. You also just totally cleared that up, said that whatever footy's left by way of an AFL nature, it will be with Collingwood underneath Nathan Buckley.
Yeah, mate, that's something very, very drastic would have to happen for me not to be Collingwood, mate. Like I've always said, I'll never play for any other club. Something completely drastic would have to happen. Bucks have to walk in and say, I don't want you anymore. But from my end, I certainly want to be at Collingwood for the rest of my career, mate, and play here for as long as I can, mate. So whoever started them is absolutely ridiculous.
Leading into the 2013 season, Eddie Maguire, at the time the Collingwood president, sat with ABC to discuss Dane Swan and his AFL future, disclosing the conversations that were had late in 2012 surrounding his off-field behaviours. It's well known that Maguire loves and loved Dane Swan, both the player and the person. Maguire says he's a good guy and he has a good heart, and I want to make sure he has enough people around him who are genuinely looking after him, as opposed to those who might be boosting him. That's not having a go at managers or anything. He has enough people around him who are going to be pulling his coat. Maguire admitted that he did not mince his words in the meeting with Swan and his manager Liam Pickering. I might have showed the ultimate love. Sometimes tough love is involved. In 2013, Swan averaged 30 touches, made the All-Australian team, and just finished 2 votes behind eventual Brownlow winner Gary Ablett, despite Collingwood's poor team slide. In late January 2014, Swanee extended his contract from 2014 through to the end of 2016. Swanee at this point was turning 30 in February, and the deal would ensure the Brownlow medalist would finish his career as a one-club player, as he is previously pledged. It was a season to forget for the Pies in 2014, but Swanee managed to uphold a standard despite dealing with some injury niggles.
Another one, Lee. He's really happy now. McCaffrey to the middle. Nice looking kick too. There's the siren. Resounding victory for Fremantle. That was powerful.
He later admitted it made 2014 one of his horrendous years physically. Even so, he lit up Anzac Day. 26 touches, 4 goals and a trademark sealer, earning his second Anzac Day medal.
Swan, Pendlebury, Swan, bursting through Swanee. He's kicked his third. He's made a difference. So real chance here for Collingwood. Ball, well done. Terrific tackle coming from the stand. Swanee's got 4.
Issues later in the year derailed the rest of the year and finished averaging 25 touches a game. 2014's disappointment lit the fire for a resurgence in 2015, and despite being 31, with the pundits predicting the post-30 cliff, Swan averaged 30 touches per game and reached the 250 game milestone, a feat achieved by only around 1.7% of all AFL players.
It's all about Dane Swan as the great man plays his 250th game. Now let's get around and see what the boys have got to say about him.
So when I came to the club, he had the support of his Rat Pack around him.
Yeah, they're rolling about 4 or 5 deep, aren't they?
Yeah, you had your Didaks, your Shaws, your Johnsons, your Tarrants, and that was pretty intimidating for a young Fasolo.
After calling 2014 putrid, he rebuilt himself physically and mentally, produced more scoreboard impact and finished near the top of the club's best and fairest. It was a genuine renaissance year. The perfect setup for 2016, right?
Outstanding start to his career at GWS. Swan came on and Dane Swan got smashed in his first contest, and he's really sore at the moment, Dane Swan.
Yeah, his leg just gets caught underneath there and he's in a lot of pain. Reaches straight for the foot and ankle, but it looks like ankle, knee, sort of everything.
And it does, looks like both.
Yeah, and on the bench, BT, he's in a lot of pain. And as you guys said, Dane Swan doesn't show a lot of pain, so he must be really hurt.
That's just the way it is, playing AFL footy. So now, to be able to spend some more time with them and just be around just my friends and family again and not have to worry too much about footy and stuff like that is going to be great. So, obviously I can't thank them enough. No words that I could think of right now that could do it any justice. But I would hopefully think they all know what they've meant to me and the support.
Dane Swan's career will forever be remembered as one of football's greatest evolutions, from a rough-edged kid on the brink into a Brownlow medalist, Premiership star, and one of Collingwood's most beloved figures. He wasn't meant to make it this far, he wasn't the flashiest athlete or the most traditional midfielder, but as he put it in his Hall of Fame speech, he became the cockroach that refused to die. The player who just kept coming back no matter what.
So many players that came in that were better, harder workers, faster, fitter, strong, all those kind of things. I've just got no idea why they kept me. I was like a cockroach, they just couldn't kill me. But Mick obviously seen something in me in the footy club. I could get it a little, I couldn't do much with it, so I had to get it a lot to have half an impact. But
my old man said I just got better every single year. Like from the age of like 14, 15, I just gradually developed up until like 27, 28, and just got better and got, more games when I probably shouldn't have, and just slowly got better and got more confident. My body got bigger and stronger and fitter, and then, Mick threw me into the midfield. I think he was sick of people kicking goals on me down back, so I kept trying to kick goals from half back, and then threw me into the midfield, and away we went.
Across 258 games, he built a legacy stacked with elite honours, 6 All-Australians, 5 Copeland trophies, the 2011 Brownlow Medal, and the unforgettable 2010 Premiership. His ability to take over big games became folklore, none more iconic than the Anzac Day, where he famously delivered a belly rub celebration in playful response to journalists who would question his fitness and form. Swan's resurgence in 2015, after many predicted he was finished, only added to his legend, and when injury finally closed his career in 2016, he walked away as a Collingwood champion who played the game entirely on his own terms, authentic, fearless, entertaining, and endlessly competitive. Dane Swan didn't just leave a legacy, he left a story that will be told in black and white forever. Go Pies.
Yes, he does! Oh, that was huge! Well, this is superb, and Cale Hooker has featured a couple of times from that flank, and he